Lesson 19, Part 1. Advantage. He had the advantage of being born into a rich family. Atmosphere. Most cities no longer have a clear atmosphere. There is an atmosphere of calm and peace in the country that is quite different from the atmosphere of a big city. Broad. Miss Smith, our English teacher, has broad experience with children. Cautious. A cautious thinker does not believe things without proof. Colorblind. A colorblind man can't tell red from green. Conference. Many international conferences have been held at Geneva. Contribute. Honesty and hard work contribute to success and to happiness. Each worker contributed $1 to the Red Cross. Crush. Wine is made by crushing grapes. Defend. When the dog attacked me, I defended myself with a stick. Digest. If you rest for half an hour after a meal, you will digest your food more easily. Part 2. Dot. We watched the ship until it became a mere dot on the horizon. Emergency. I keep a box of tools and a fire extinguisher in my car for use in an emergency. Escape. The soldier escaped from the enemy's prison. Executive. The executive branch carries out the laws which have been made by the legislature. Fetch. Please fetch me the dictionary from the study room. Fort. They decided to build a new fort to protect the inhabitants of that area. Gasp. The policeman heard the gasps of a boy in the smoky room. He gasped for air as he ran from the smoke-filled room. Grocery. We buy our rice at the nearest grocery. Hollow. A tube or pipe is hollow and therefore not heavy. A starving person has hollow eyes and cheeks. Inclination. Most boys have a strong inclination for sports. Part 3. Intend. I intended to get up early, but forgot to set the alarm. Keen. Be careful with that knife. It's got a keen edge. Like a knife, a woman's tongue is very keen. Leather. His shoes are made of leather imported from England. Lumber. They bought some lumber to make their fence. Mechanic. The automobile mechanic repaired my car. Mode. He suddenly became wealthy, which changed his mode of life. Neglect. Don't neglect writing to your parents at least once a month. Offend. My friend was offended by the reporter's questions. Owl. Most owls hunt at night and live on small animals. Pause. During the radio program, there were several pauses for advertisements. The dog paused for a moment when I called him. Part 4. Pickpocket. Most pickpockets usually work in crowds of people. Pot. Chinese people keep soy sauce in a pot. Profit. This company makes great profits from manufacturing automobiles. Quiver. Her lips quivered like those of a child about to cry. Rejoice. They rejoiced when they heard she was safe. Resist. The troops were no longer able to resist the enemy attack. Rough. The wall was made of rough stones. Scent. The hunting dogs followed the scent of the fox. The dog scented along the ground. Sew. The doctor sewed up the soldier's wound. Sink. The sun is sinking in the west. She washed the dishes in the sink. Part 5. Solution. That problem was very hard. It took many hours to get its solution. Spot. She has a paint spot on her white dress. They are building their house at a beautiful spot. Sting. Be careful or the bee will sting you. A bee has its sting in the tail. Suffer. During the war, many people suffered from hunger. Sympathy. We feel sympathy for a person who is ill. Thrill. She felt a thrill when she was kissed by a handsome pop star. She was thrilled with delight when the actor winked at her. Tragic. There was a tragic accident on the highway yesterday. Up to date. The hotel is furnished with up-to-date furniture. Volume. Our school has a library of 100,000 volumes. The storeroom has a volume of 4,000 cubic feet. Willful. The willful child would not listen to whatever you say. The police think that it was a willful murder.